Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to European Racing Series Tier 2. It's the final race of 2020, but not the last race of the season, though. We've still got quite a few races to go before the end, but I know there's going to be some absolute crackers. In particular, this one that we're having tonight, it is in Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. It's hosted the Japanese Grand Prix in all but 2 years since 1987, being host to circuits such as Fuji and obviously Suzuka, where we are tonight. Suzuka was originally a test circuit and was constructed in 1962. So, interesting facts on that one. My name is Jess and I'll be your commentator throughout tonight's race. We've got 18 drivers here tonight and hopefully this should be an absolute cracker just like last week. And if you didn't watch last week's race, it was absolutely fantastic. And to be honest, I thought Russia was going to provide some boring races, but it was pretty much exactly the opposite to boring. So a credit to all the drivers for providing some fantastic racing. And the drivers are kicking off with qualifying. They're on their out laps at the moment, so I am going to be heading on to the track in a second. So just give me a second when I unmute the game sound and we can get going. There we go. So quite a few reserves tonight. Not everyone was able to make it. And just something to point out as well. We got a few things to point out in this stream. Unfortunately, Cryptic has dropped out of ERS Tier 2, which is very, very sad. He dropped out after Russia. And he was a major title contender in this Tier 2 league in ERS. So what does that mean for the championship? Well, that does mean that the championship was decided early. The champion was crowned in Russia. And unfortunately, I did not announce because I did not know Cryptic was going to leave. So it does mean I would like to say a massive congratulations to Alex Bitto, who is the ERS Tier 2 champion. And it's probably the earliest I've ever commentated on a champion being crowned, really, to be honest. Well, technically there was one in Singapore, but that was in an Oceania League. But this is the first European League where it's been the earliest that a champion has ever been crowned, which means nothing much to fight for in terms of the drivers, but you never know what could happen in the Constructors' Championship. There's still an 86-point gap in the Constructors between Renault and Red Bull. There's no actual full-timers in the Red Bull, so interesting, because there's also one other thing that I would like to talk about as well. As some of you may know, I did catch the incident between Azia and Nick Zana. Basically, Nick Zana has been banned from this season. He's been disqualified from all races this season and future races this season due to the fact of the collision that he took out on purpose with Nick Zana into turn 4. I can't remember what lap it was, but it did look intentional. So the stewards were very quick to react to that and banned him. So that's why we have no full-timers in the Red Bull, even though TX is in the wrong car, but there we go. You live and learn. But we're starting to see some times come up on the board. The Scars has set provisional pole position with a 126.423. Closely followed by Ben, who's in the McLaren. I wonder how many teams he's in this season already. I think it's like his 4th or his 5th or something. Not entirely sure. But anyway, he's in the McLaren tonight. Wishing the best of luck. Rafa is in 3rd place. I think maybe the 125s, 124s. I think potentially 125s we could see tonight, but you never know. 126s are a good banker time around here. And sorry that you can see the fastest lap pop up on the bottom of the screen. It's not the fastest lap at the moment. It's just the game deciding to be a bit weird. But hopefully it'll sort itself out for when we come back after Christmas. And yeah, it should be very, very interesting. So it gives me great pleasure to talk to you about the standings. I don't think it has been updated though. The race results have been updated, but I don't think the other stuff has been updated, so I can't really go through it with you. But due to Demi Orsk getting a 5-second penalty in last week's race due to an incident that he had earlier on, that demoted him down into 4th position, and that promoted Ben and Hazard up one position. So Ben is now was up to second in the Russian Grand Prix, securing his first podium of the season. And Harvard managed to get up into third position as well. Harvard and Tietz, the closest rivals to Bitto before, really. But to be honest, Bitto doesn't even have to turn up at all. He's won the championship, but to be honest, if he does not turn up at all anyway, there would be a new champion anyway. So that is why he's got to turn up to at least a few races. But, we shall see anyway how this goes with 11 minutes left to go. Not many DRS straight around this circuit. There's only one detection zone, as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, which means the drivers have got to use their gut instinct a lot more in terms of overtaking. They can't just rely on DRS. They've got to be very wary sometimes, take a few risks, but not too many risks, because it is prone to seeing a lot of safety cars around here. I've seen in many leagues around Japan having safety cars, so I won't be surprised if we see one tonight. As Set I'm actually going to go on board with Set actually to go through a hot lap with him. And strategy-wise tonight, it's either going to be softs to mediums or mediums to softs. Now, lap 8 and 9, roughly if you want to put it onto the hard, well 6 to 9 actually if you want to put on the hards. And from laps 9 to 10, you would pit onto the mediums. So it's up to the drivers really. If they find that their hards are a bit overheating, then probably they can go on to, softs are a bit too overheating, so then they can go on to the hards. But if they feel like they can manage their softs alright, then they can go on to the mediums. So, without further ado, let's go on board with the amazing Set on his hot lap. So, let's go to leader and let us go on our TV pod cam. So, around about 205, 210 miles per hour as you head towards, in 8th gear, heading towards the first corner of turn 1. The only way here is to pass down the inside, thanks to turns 2 cambered service. And you really need to acquire a lot of downforce as you head towards the S's section. As there's no point, you've got to really just lift a little bit as you go through here. Stay in 5th gear a little bit, and you're just past the Dunlop curve now, which is, I think, very, very important. You have to do dozens of laps to get these turns all right. Now you just pass through Dana, which is a 2-part corner complex. You've just gone past here. Don't use any of the X's because there isn't much grip around there. The next going to approach a little hairpin, which is a great overtaking opportunity. You always get a chance to dive it around the inside. You don't need to take the white outside line though in qualifying. The spoon corner is named after the shape of the 2 corners actually, and it's another challenging complex to nail really. You break down to tip at around about the 50-meter board, or you can sometimes shift down to 5th gear. Squirt the foot a little bit. Now you're going to approach the very difficult 130R, as we've seen 2 cars slowing down. Hopefully it won't interrupt Set's lap. Don't think it has. He's gone purple in sector 2, and now you're going into the Casio triangle chicane. So he comes towards the final corner now. It's not going to be the fastest, but it's not going to be a bad lap from him. It is a 1:26. I need to check. 0.919 for him, which puts him in P8. So Scars is still on pole position as he heads towards the hairpin now. His lap is looking pretty good as well. Luckily the Haas didn't get away with him there as well, but yeah, Scars was looking very, very impressive. Ben has just gone fast as well with a 1:26.3. So times are starting to tumble right now. The track is getting much grippier at the moment, so that means a lot of people will find a bit more time. And obviously the tyre temps are probably going to get a bit hotter as well as the track temperatures. Now, just to let you know as well, Raceburg unfortunately has got a qualifying ban due to an incident that happened last week. There was quite a lot of incidents actually in Tier 2, but luckily the stewards were able to sort it out, which is good news for me at least, because I can keep you up to date with the penalties. Quite a lot of disconnections here today. Hopefully this won't be the case throughout the rest of the race, but there we go. Now, I wonder if it's going to rain, because a lot of people are on the softs very, very quickly, but there is no signs of any indications in any of the chat of what the weather's going to be like. So I'm guessing the drivers want to leave a surprise to me, to be honest, which is understandable, I guess, as we're running on board with Value at the moment. Actually, no, let's go on board with Roms. Roms is on the lap right now. Now, Roms was very unlucky last week. Unfortunately, he did suffer from a disconnect and had some very bad luck as well. So, not going to say too much more about Roms because I'm worried I'm going to jinx these people. And as some people know, if you do watch my European Racing Series streams, jinxing is quite common. And I sometimes get very, very annoyed about it. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But Roms is looking very good so far. Just started in sector 2 into that very tight hairpin. And today, yeah, is probably going to be the most important factor in this race. Probably more than the other tracks, actually. Probably due to the fact that there are less overtaking opportunity. It is hard to follow a car around, to be honest. And I was watching some of the guys practice this morning. And what they told me was the soft tyres, they do start to degrade very, very quickly, especially on the rears. So that means management is key around this, especially if you want to go for the soft to medium strategy. So Roms comes across the final corner now. It's not going to be the fastest lap. 1:27.1, which puts him in P11. Still 2 people yet to set their lap time. And Scarza just came to me in the chat. And good news, which I'm probably very, very relieved about, it's going to be a dry race. Because usually wet races never are exciting in league racing. It's just not the best. It does provide a little bit of chaos. So I think it's going to provide a relief to me and a relief to the driver. So dry the whole race. And it's probably going to be clear like this as well. So what a great way to end 2020 as well. So I wonder, so the Constructors' Championship still to be decided. There's still a few positions in the Championship still to be decided. But all we know is Bitto is your Tier 2 ERS champion as well. And hopefully there'll be a nice graphic actually to come around with that as well. That'll be quite nice. But I think Bitto admitted in the Tier 2 Discord chat that it wasn't... He liked being champion, but it wasn't the way that he wanted to be crowned champion. He wanted to have a fight with Cryptic going into the final few rounds. So, but anyway, rules are rules, and it happens sometimes. You just got to live with it. And, you know, we'll probably see Alex Bitto in Tier 1 next season. But anyway, here comes Rafa, about to start his lap now. A bit earlier than most other people. Same with Burke and... Well, I think Burke is... Oh, okay, Burt was on a lap, but I think he binned it. So, hopefully he'll have enough time to go into the pit lane. And I think Rafa is going to be his last lap. So, for Rafa's sake, he's going to hope that he does not invalidate his lap time. Let us know your predictions in the chat, guys. Who do you think is going to be getting a pole position here tonight? There is quite a lot of contenders, I've got to say, for the win tonight. And we could see a different winner. The only people that pretty much win were, I think it was, I think Alex Bitto won. And I'm trying to think who else won. I was discussing it earlier and I had it in my mind as well, but I just can't remember. So let me look at the standings. So obviously Bitto won last week. Bitto has won the most races this season, as Rafa is slowing down. So I'm guessing he wants to go back into the pits. It's going to be a hard call at the moment. So Bitto has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 races in total. And Domi has won 1 in Singapore. And I think that's it. I think Dragon might have won 1 as well. But apart from that, that's it. We did have 5 different pole sitters, though. Interestingly enough. So can anyone improve on Scar's lap time with a 1:26.0? I definitely can see someone going to the 1:26.5. I'm sure... Or 1:25, sorry. I'm sure someone could squeeze into the 1:25 surely in Tier 2, but again we'll just have to wait and see. So thank you to those of you that have just joined us. And I've seen a few comments in the Discord chat that there has been quite a few screen freezes from some of the drivers, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. So hopefully these will all get fixed. Anyway, Sebi is on a lap at the moment. And there was a yellow flag in just the start of sector 2 there. So, and Sebi just got a little bit wide. I'm quite surprised, actually, for Sebi that he did not get invalidated. So he's probably relieved about that as well. And Mark Grundle down in 18th place is basically, for him, it's a one-shot qualifying. And usually with one-shot qualifying, you don't usually set your perfect lap. So Mark Grunder, I think that's his name, he's got to set the most perfect lap as he possibly can, because otherwise he'll be starting at the back of the grid. And since the way the standings play up, he'll definitely be starting on the back of the grid. So for Racebug's sake, he's going to hope that Mark does not set a lap, because Racebug will be hiding him at the moment. So let's see who's on a quicker lap at the moment. We've got Kalissa just going through just past the Dunlop curb, and he's slowing down. So unless he wants to try and get one more lap in, I don't know. But I don't have any ideas about that one. So we've got a few people about to cross the start, finish straight. TX past Spoon. Rafa just to go to start in sector 1. And we got Harvard, Meto and TX as well on outlap. So actually, no, Harvard is actually on a lap at the moment going through Spoon. It's probably going to be his only opportunity. So let's go on board with him. Sebi can't improve on his lap time, so he has retired from the session. I'm not sure if he binned it somewhere, but we'll have to wait and see. But Harvard going through 130R now. I've seen in many leagues, quite a few people do take risks by overtaking in 130R. And to be honest, I don't know how they manage it. But anyway, Harvard comes across the line in his Renault car. And it is going to be a 126.685 for him. We do have a McLaren driver who I don't think he can improve on his time. So I think that'll be it for him, unless he invalidated and he needs to go again. I think he is going again because his ERS was on about 80-something%. So we got TX as well on a lap. But we got someone about to cross the final corners. Meto comes across the line in PT. 2 laps old on the softs though, so it's going to be a disadvantage. But we'll find out as the race goes on. Rafa is probably on the same boat, but unfortunately he has invalidated his lap time. Next across the line is a AlphaTauri. It is not Nixana. It actually could be Nixana. No, it's not Nixana, as Rafa has retired. Where is the other AlphaTauri? Oh, it's Scars who goes into the pit lane. Then it is Hydrogen who comes across the line. Can he go into the top 10? Nope, he cannot. Then we have TX. Nope, it's not TX. It is Valu who comes across the line in P15. Then we have quite a few people setting their lap times. We've got TX as well, who's just coming across the Castillo Triangle. And TX in second in the championship after Cryptic's departure. Let's see what he could do. And it's 5th place for him. And I think there's only one person on a lap, maybe. Nope, he has invalidated. He has invalidated, sadly. So, and he's going very slowly anyway. So that is it then for qualifying. So on pole position is Scars. And Scars been looking pretty good all season, but he hasn't shown it. So I wonder if this race is where he is going to show that pace. We'll have to wait and see. So I think we're just waiting for a few people to retire from the pits. I think Nixana is the only one we are waiting for, and then we can start. No, Seth, not Nixana. Nixana's already crossed the line. And as been told by the drivers, it is going to be a dry race, so how these guys are going to cope with the time management is very crucial. And it is Scars racing, first race in Tier 2 as well, so interesting to say the least. He's already setting a good benchmark for the other drivers to follow as well. So here we go then. Here are your qualifying results. 1/10 separating between Scars and Meto in P1 and P2. Nixana is in 3rd. Ben in 4th. Harvard in 5th position. TX in 6th. Kalissa 7th. Rafa in 8th position. Roms in 9th. Burke rounds up your top 10. Then we got Matt Thorne in 11th. Sebi in 12th. Set in 13th. Hydrodan in 14th, and the standings, they were very, very quick. I don't know why I did not see the timer there, but it was just like boom. So, but luckily you did saw it earlier on as well. So anyway, here we go then. Completely clear day. Just a little bit of clouds, but not a lot. So we're going to see what the alternate strategy is around here. Now, I do know that I think a lot of the people outside the top 10 are going to go for the mediums, because I do know around here the alternate strategy can be a bit OP, more than any other track. China being one of them, actually. China was one of the tracks there's a bit OP, as we found on F1 Esports Challenger Series yesterday. So we could see something similar here today. So, as the timer is counting down, I was going to switch over to a different scene, but to be honest, I couldn't be bothered. So, that's why we have sticked to this scene. And luckily, the formation lap is on, which is great. So, let us get the tyre choices up. And I was not meant to go on TV Pod, I do apologise. So, people outside the top 10 are going on the... Oh, so people outside the top 10 are going for a mixed bag. More than I thought. I thought more people go on the millions, but, you know, a lot of people are taking risks. So, starting from 11th then, we've got Max Vaughan on the medium tyres. We've got Sebi on the medium, Set on the mediums. We've got Hydrodan on the mediums as well. Valu on the mediums. Birkin. No, Hydrodan on the hard, sorry, with Valu on the hard, sorry. My bad. Wasn't paying attention. Birkin on the mediums. Mark Grunder, actually, interestingly enough, has gone for the soft compound tyres. So he thinks it could be an early safety car, or maybe he thinks he can get his way up the field very quickly. And Racebug, with his qualifying ban, has opted to start on the hard. Everyone else in the top 10 is starting on the soft, because they have to start on the tyre that they've set their fastest lap on. So we have Scars on pole with a 2. We've got Meta in second, Nictana third, and Ben in fourth. But anyway, who's going to shine here today? Let us know your thoughts in the chat. It's actually going to be my last commentary of 2020. My next commentary after that is on the 3rd of January. So, yeah, I don't have any more commentaries in 2020 anymore. So, I just got a little bit of a break, which is quite nice. To tell you the truth, I've got a bit about a week and a bit's break. So, I'm just going to use the time to just chill quite nicely as well. And I think these drivers are going to probably need that tonight. But hopefully, their races will not end prematurely. But we'll have to find out. So, we've got all 18 drivers ready to commence. Shame we did not get a full lobby here tonight. But having 18 cards is a lot better than nothing. And interestingly enough, actually, the average attendance has been around about 18.5 in Tier 2, which is great to see. Massive shout out to you guys. 27 laps await our drivers. Who's going to come out on top today? And all the drivers and all the grandstand people are ready to go. And I'm definitely ready to go for the 5 lights. Hopefully we won't have as much of a hold as we had in the previous rounds. But anyway, the 5 red lights are on. Who's going to get a better start? Is it Scars, or is it Meto, or is it people behind? And it is lights out, and away we go. There's a really good start from Scars. Up, heading into turn 1. It's a long one to turn 1, actually, but also one who's got a good start is Nixana up into 3rd place already. Harbour or trying to come back on Ben as they go side by side as well. We've already had contact already into turn 1, and we've got Alfa Romeo that's binned it, and I wasn't sure which Alfa Romeo it was. I think it was quite a lot of carnage on the opening lap. Nixana originally had a good start, but he's dropped all the way down into P17 at the moment. I think he's already got significant damage as Kalissa has gone past. Yeah, his right front ring, is completely gone. So it's a bit of a shame for him. But let's go jump back onto the first. We've got some hairpin moves trying to be made here. Rom's almost trying to get a move around the inside of Rafa, but couldn't quite do it as well. But we see some more moves happening at the back. But apart from that, everyone else has made it through cleanly. I won't be surprised if some people have got damaged. There may have been some other carnage that we might have not seen, but you know, we'll have to find out. So the top 4 pretty much stayed as they are, apart from obviously Nixana, it's dropped down to 18th. So Harvard has gained quite a bit there at the moment, but again, we'll go through the position changes just a little bit later on, as Scars pulling off a full 4 tenths of a second of a lead at the moment. But let's jump to the battle, close battle we're seeing on the track at the moment with Burke. Two Mercedes actually, Burke and Set, and also Max Thorne as well. Oh, and Scars has had a bit of an off. Let's wait a minute. Scars is dropping right back at the moment. So here he is. Or it might be the timings having a bit of an issue. Nope, it is the timings. Great game. We thought it was him that binned it, but it's not. So Scars is still your race leader. Do not worry. I had a bit of a panic attack. I thought Scars binned it on his own now at the moment. So Scars in the lead, Meto in second as well. And yeah, I think, yeah, timings, the Delta messed up. So I'm having to look at the track map for a little bit just to see the battles that we have got. I think the only one not close is Birkin. I'm surprised not many people have pitted. I think Nixano is the only driver that has pitted. He has come across the line, I think, in last place now. Kalissa in second to last place in the Alfa Romeo. To be honest, I thought they would have gone for the hard compound tyres, because I'm guessing I thought they would do that, but I'm guessing they may not have enough softs to last until the end. So that's probably why they're doing medium to hard stint, but, you know, we'll have to find out. So we'll just wait for the timings to sort out ever so slightly. And luckily it has sorted it out. So that is good news. But unfortunately it's still showing so we got quite a little bit of a train going on for P7 actually, as Max Thorne is going side by side. He's going to try and go around the inside of Roms, heading into turn 1. Williams' driver can see that he wanted that position and he got that position. Max Thorne up into 7. Roms is coming back at him at the S section. Very, very risky though if he could do it. He's right on the gearbox of Max Thorne here as we head towards that tricky complex at this moment in time. It's not going to be good on the tyres at least, but Max Thorne seems to pull away. Meanwhile, we got a yellow flag, and unfortunately that is Meto has had a bit of a spin. He's right on the gravel track. Didn't quite see actually what the cause of that spin was, so maybe that might have been some issues his end. We'll have to wait and see. And he's already picked up a 3-second time penalty in the process at this moment. Meanwhile, Burke right on the back of Roms yet again. The Mercedes are definitely coming at it. Max Thorne got past him. Maybe Roms seems to be struggling on the soft compounded tyres more than anyone else really. So again, we will wait and see how Roms comes back at it and how Roms defends from Burke. You do know how Burke likes to take a lot of risks here, and he's going to try and do it at least as we go on board with him at the moment. A bit of a look-up from Roms. This is definitely giving Burke a little bit more breathing space at this moment in time. We're already on lap 4 of this race already, so DRS enabled. The only DRS jet on the circuit. Burke goes to the right then. Roms defends from the left, but there was nothing more Roms could do there. He's off the track too. I think Roms defending from the other Mercedes driver as well. So it looks like Roms is in a Mercedes sandwich at the moment, which is not quite where you want to be at this stage. But at least Roms is trying his best to basically defend for his life at the moment. Now the gap for the lead at the moment is 2.2 seconds. Scars doing an incredible job in his AlphaTauri car, already setting some consistent lap times. With Bitto gone, I thought we were going to have a much closer race, but it seems like we've got one person already dominating, so nothing has changed from that perspective, but it's nice to see a new person doing well in Tier 2, so great to see there as well. Let's see how Sebi is doing in 10th place. He's fighting over Set in P9, also TX and Ben, also a nice battle. TX has got the move just after Spoon actually, but Ben is looking like he's going to come back on the Casio Triangle. They're trying to leave as much space as possible. It's a repeat to what we saw Albon and Norris did in 2019. And hopefully tonight we won't see a repeat of what happened to Bottas. Ben's out of the race. Is that a wheel issue? Or he might have given up. I'm not entirely sure. But it looks like he's retired from the pit lane. And I think he's forgotten that he's a host of the session. So there is a migrating host issue. So hopefully we won't get any lobby issues. Fingers crossed. And I think he's probably binned it by himself. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more clarification from him. Yeah, it must have been him binning it by himself, or his Fanatec playing, having a little bit of issues. So last week's podium sitter is not going to get a podium here tonight. Right now, then the only potential podium sitter from last week that could potentially get a podium is Harvard, though. He's in second, but he's got the chasing TX going side by side at the moment. Harbour getting a 3-second time penalty. But we got Max Vaughan, who's chasing down the Haas car of Rafa into Spoon Curve. Who said you can't overtake in Spoon Curve? Well, Max Vaughan is trying to anyway. Max Vaughan, I believe, has become such an improved driver. So here he comes, and it's going to be free wide. Oh my God, he's going to try free wide anyway. As Bert's going to try and make a move past 130R on Rafa. And has he done it? Yes, he's done it. Great job from him, as we've got, I believe, Birkin and Meto exchanging positions right now. We got another yellow flag, and that is unfortunately Mark Grundle, who's in the pits. And I think he did exactly the same to what I did in a qualifying session around Japan, and he's retired. He also did get a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so he's probably just given up. So 2 people have already started their ERS Christmas break early. So something that you do not, and apparently according to the Discord chat, he binned it. So yeah, I didn't see him bin it, to be honest. I was riding on board with him. Actually, no, I was on the outboard shop. I don't know. It might have. It maybe when I switched to probably TX, maybe that he just went off course when he was trying to overtake him. I'm not entirely sure, but who knows? Who knows? So it was probably definitely the Casio Triangle, though. But still a long way of this race left to go. Gap now 2.8 seconds separating between Scars and TX. So Scars can pretty much pit whenever he wants, but I do know the undercut can be very, very powerful around this track. Roms now is already being chased by Sebi, but he is chasing down Rafa. Now Harwood has decided that he can't go on the mediums by the looks of things, and he's pitting very, very early unless he thinks he could... Oh. Was Harwood meant to go on those... Oh, is it a drive-through? It must be a drive-through. Let me check penalties. Let me check penalties, because I think it must have been a drive-through. So, going on to incidents. So, Harbour's dropped away down into 14th. Yes, it was a drive-through. So, he must... I might have not seen it, but Harvard must have got a drive-through for speeding under the virtual safety car. So, that is a shame for him. We're starting to get more penalties left, right and centre. I do believe that Japan is definitely a penalty central track. I've experienced it myself. It's really hard not to get penalties around this track. I have found that when I was practicing for a few league races, I've actually got penalties for actually speeding under the virtual safety car myself. So it is quite easy to do as well. Actually, no, it must have been the safety car, or it must have been a legal overtake. I do believe I got that one removed, though, actually. I think Xana's also out the race. There's retirements left, right and centre at this stage. What is going on? And did Nick Xana, is he in the pits or did he bin it? Let me have a look. Let's go on board with Scars. Nope, he retired in the pit lane by the looks of things. Yeah, he did bin it in the pit lane. Unless his car is like very stationary in the rule somewhere that I probably did not see. But yeah, that's War 3 cars now, so we're down 15. So more chance now for people to get some points on that 8 out of 27. And yeah, I was a bit intrigued why Howard was actually pitting very early, but it was due to a drive-through. So it looks like the majority of the people that were on the soft, which is only Scars now, TX, Burke, Rafa, and Roms, they're going to try and stretch out the softs as far as they possibly can so they can go on to the medium compound tyres. And I wonder if the medium runners will be stretching to go on to the soft compound tyres. That's probably what I would have done. Anyway, as Burt now is around about 5 tenths behind the likes, and I can hear myself at the moment. That's not good. I need to turn it down. There we go. So sorry if you could hear me twice. I do apologise, but at least you were still able to hear me anyway. So more battles happening up and down the field, and I think a lot of people, especially in the midfield, are stuck within this DRS train, so they just literally can't get past each other because of it. But Sebi is going to get rid of those MIPs as he's going to try and close in onto the back of Roms. Sebi looking quite good at the moment. Sebi has gained quite a lot of positions this race so far, so he's doing quite good. So we'll have to wait and see how we emerge in turn 1. Again, still back on this DRS train now. Yeah, and from when I was speaking to the guys earlier when they were doing their practice, yeah, it is definitely DRS trains does cost a lot of this. So anyway, we'll have to wait and see, of course. Burt now is potentially could be on course for podium. Max Vaughan doing very well. So Max Vaughan is going to be our leading runner once everyone on the soft tyres do go into pits. We should start to see the first couple of drivers go into the pits roughly about now to go onto the mediums. And then around about, I would say, I'm trying to think, lap 18 is when the medium runners will go on to the soft compounder tyres. So let's see what Scars do. I think the ones that are going to pit are probably Burke, who is having a nice battle with Rafa at the moment. I think Rafa might be doing the same thing. But here comes Burke on the back of Max Vaughan on a different strategy. So no one has opted to pit yet, so I'm guessing they want to make sure that those tyres get to the absolute end. And speaking of that, Rafa and Rom's pit, so I was wrong about that. So Burke gets the move done on Max Vaughan really comfortably, actually. A fantastic move from him. So Burke is up into P3 right now, and he's going to probably chase down TX. I wonder how his lap pace is at the moment. I'm not going to say too much about Burke because you know what happened in the last few weeks when I talked quite a lot of good things about Burke at the moment. So we're heading towards, I would say, lap 11 pretty soon as well. And if some people do not pit, I'll be very, very surprised because they have to respond to the undercut. They can't not respond to the undercut, to be honest. Folks, we are back in business. So Max Vaughan leads the way with Sebi in P2, Valu in 3rd, Racebug is in 4th position, Hydra in 5th place. And we've got MRL Scars as well, who's your leading medium runner that just pitted. Burke is having a nice battle with TX, and he just got the move past Den at this moment in time. So I do apologise for missing that. That is very, very annoying, to say the least. But, yeah, sometimes it does happen, to tell you the truth, right now. But I think we could see TX is going to go for a run for it. And to be honest, I think TX is looking under threat because Burke is pushing. Burke has probably had some great battles of his life at the moment, and he's just trying his best just to really give it everything right now. And I think the stream has stopped, actually. I'm not entirely sure. I was a bit worried. Has it stopped? I don't know. Let me just check. I'll just give me a moment. Sorry that the stream keeps interrupting. I just want to be sure that everything's right. No, the stream has not stopped. Okay. That's good. That is good. That is a relief. So, I will have to do that. So, do this. So, sorry for the interruptions, guys. I just, I didn't want to wait until the end of the stream to do it, because otherwise I probably would have been in a huge trouble at the moment. And I probably will have to re-log in to my Twitch account on my phone, which I can do. So just give me a moment. But anyway, 5 attempts actually separate the gap between Roms and TX at the moment. And you do know Roms has got a 3-second penalty, so he's going to hope that he doesn't drop down the order quite a bit, because otherwise he's going to be in, I would say, huge trouble. But I think he should be fine whatever he does right now. And I was a bit worried. I didn't recognise that. Oh. I'm worried it's not recognised my password, so I'm trying to log in and it's not letting me. I think it's alright. Hopefully it's just logged me in. There we go. It's all good now. It's all good. Luckily, it's two-factor authentication, which is saved my life at the moment. So I think I forgot that. But anyway, sorry my commentary's not been up to scratch, but you always get commentaries like that. Do not click dodgy links, people. Do not click dodgy links. It's even though I didn't mean to. It's just I was trying to see something else, but it just accidentally clicked on it. So do not click dodgy links in the future, because there's a lot of things that can go completely wrong if you ever do that situation. But anyway, that's a security fact, folks, that I've learned from many situations, as only about 5 drivers have got time penalties at the moment. So that is not a lot of drivers, actually. Quite a lot of drivers are keeping it clean, with TX being 3 attempts. So yeah, in about 2 laps time, that is when the medium runners that have been around since the very start, that they are gonna pit right now. And I think a few people were a bit annoyed that there wasn't a safety car. So I wonder when Max and Sebi are gonna be blinking at this moment in time, because I'm a bit worried about when they're gonna blink, to be honest. As here we go, speaking of blinking, as Sebi goes into the pits right now, as intended. So there we go. So Sebi comes out of the pit and he's onto the soft tyres now. I think if I was Max Thorne at the moment, Max Thorne will be a bit worried at the moment. And Hydrodan getting a 3-second time penalty at the moment. So, that's not going to help his race at the moment. So, let's see what Max Vaughan does as he heads towards the hairpin now. But let's watch the battles. I think, even though it's a battle for last position, it is still a battle in its own right. And we like this battle. So Meto, don't forget, started, I think, around about, I think it was second place in the race. And he got dropped down due to him having a little bit of a collision, which unfortunately is a bit of a shame, I've got to say. But only time will tell with this race, I've got to say. A lot of people have been trying their absolute hardest to keep it on the circuit. And Max Vaughan actually decides to go into the pit lane. So he comes in right now. And what is he going to do as Racebug also goes into the pit as well from his hard tyres that he started at the beginning. And it looked like a very long hold. It did. It looked like that Max was there for quite a bit. So I was getting a bit worried in that sense. But at least Max is still on the track. He's P7 at the moment. I'm just looking at the gap with the leaders, gap to leaders. And the gap to leaders is around about 13 seconds. So it is not impossible for Max to climb his way up the field, as unfortunately Seth has left the session, which is very, very sad. So, and I think his AI has decided to pit him. So I think probably Seth is going to stay out of harm's way and probably, you know, stay, not go in any way, shape or form in this game anymore for 2020. Which is, to be honest, understandable, but there you go. But, oh my god, Max is going to try and go for a move past Roms into 130R. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Excellent job from Max Vaughan, I've got to say. And we've got Valu, who goes into the pit lane. And Valu looks quite comfortable there as well. So Valu has, I think he's going to go in, coming up just ahead, well behind Racebug, who's also on the soft tyres. Actually, no, Racebug got the undercut on him. Racebug got the undercut, so that means I am a little bit surprised actually that there wasn't any safety cars at the moment. There was only VSCs. But yeah, again, we will have to find out, of course, as we're on to lap 20 of 27 very, very shortly. As Scars still leads by 1.6 seconds. I'm really surprised Hydrodan's keeping up with him on those hard tyres. It just goes to show that Hydrodan's pace on the hards will be crazy. I think Hydrodan is hoping for a safety car dance, I've got to say, to see if he could manage this, to tell you the truth. But there we go. It happens. It happens. Sometimes you, unfortunately, do not get your wish, sadly. As Hydrodan goes into the pits. And due to him being for most of the race, there was no way he could get those hards until the end of the race. So Hydrodan comes out of the pit lane. There he goes. And he is coming. I wonder where he's going to come out. That is going to be, I think, the interesting factor, I think, out of all of this. So he's going to come out in 11th, just behind, I think, Birkin. Unless Birkin can have a little bit of a fight, maybe, as well. Birkin getting a 3-second time penalty. We do have a yellow flag. Is that a Red Bull? Valley's out. Could this be a safety car? This could turn things on its head if it's a safety car. He binned just on the start of the S's. So I wonder if anyone is on the S's at the moment. Probably not, by the looks of things. So, yeah, that is sort of interesting, but sort of not. But, yeah, it's been yellow flag for quite a long time, and his car is gone now and no safety car. As Burke has dropped down into P3, as Max has got past quite a lot of cars, actually. Unfortunately, I missed that whilst I was trying to find out what happened to Valu. But Max somehow is all the way in P2 out of all of this. And he's chasing down Scars for the win. 5.8 seconds. So he's already made quite a lot of time. He's got no penalties as well. Could this be on for his first win? And I think he's going to be gutted that I haven't got much of his battles, being the Carlos Sainz and all. But I just wanted to see what happened to Valu. But in the process, Max has got past quite a lot of cars with no trouble at all. I think he got past Roms, he got past Rafa. Somehow he got past Sebi. I think he was ahead of Sebi, actually. I'm not entirely sure. But quite a lot of people got past him. But he got past TX and Burke as well. I think we did see the battle between Burke and Max Vaughan, actually. So it'll be great to see him win a race, to be honest, because it'll be a great underdog strategy, underdog thing, but it will just go to show that it has proven my theory perfectly that the alternate strategy is OP. So, yeah. Interesting there. But something I'm probably going to try in future league races is probably also do the alternate strategy. So 5.3 seconds now, and we're heading on to lap 22 of 27. Don't forget, this is the last race before we head to, obviously, Christmas and the New Year. Let us know your plans of Christmas. You know, what is going to be your festive stuff. We already got our Christmas decorations up, which is great to see as well. But we can see a battle happening between P12. I know it's only for P12, but it's better than nothing. Set and Callisto, though, are going to go for fastest lap. I think it looked like the Callisto went past Meto. Or he's going to get past Meto. Actually, no, he's not. It is Meto that's trying to get past Birkin. There was quite a lot of battles to look at. It was very, very difficult, to tell you the truth. But we'll have to wait and see as the race goes on. And you can see Meto is finding all the time that he needs on those mediums. And anything can happen, of course. Anything can happen. As you can see, Meto's trying to find a line heading into Spoon Curve. Let's see what he could do to provide the time out of all of this. He is going to do it through 130R, but due to the tyre delta, which is completely different, then it is, I think, understandable that that he was trying to get the move done at least anyway around there. So that is very, very intriguing, to tell you the truth. As Meto has got past Birkin into turn 1, and there he goes. Meto is up into P11 of this race so far. Who would have thought it? He's doing a brilliant job so far. Keeping it nice and together at the moment. And, you know, I think you'll be pretty proud of himself, of his performances so far. And we've got Racebug hanging about with Rafa. So you can see the ones that are on the alternate strategy definitely on a comeback charge. Don't forget, Racebug actually started from last place, and he's all the way up into 7th. So him having a qualifying ban hasn't been as bad right now. So that is pretty good, I've got to say. So we're interestingly to see. And 9/10. I'm actually impressed that Burke is actually keeping up the gap between him and Max Thorne. I mean, I think it may be the delta is pretty much the same. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see anyway as the race progresses, as Burke has spun. And unfortunately, that was an example of a commentator's curse. But anyway, sorry about that. I think I thought someone was calling for me, but they weren't. So that's good news. But Burke, sadly, has got to have a podium, which he has well and truly earned, I've got to say. But unfortunately, he made a little bit of a mistake, which costed him quite a few positions, which I think, to be honest, is very, very sad. And I do not like that whatsoever. So, you know, and it just goes to show, really, anything can happen in racing. Really, to be honest, it's a bit unfortunate for saying that, but I think I just do not want to say anything else about Burke right now, because a lot of stuff happened, and that is his race gone now. But the race is far from over from Sebi, who's also had a poor qualifying. He's down in fourth. He's down in 4th position. But is he going to get a podium? Probably not due to penalties, but I'm sure, being the racer that he is, he wants to get the position on track. So we'll have to find out, of course. 3/10 of the gap. And I doubt Max is going to catch up to Scar, because Scars is, to be honest, Scars is absolutely dominating at the moment. He is showing why he's one of the best drivers in a long while, and probably a few people have regretted putting him into Tier 2, but there you go. Maybe he could be a good contender for the title next season. You never know. So hopefully you will join us next year for some more European Racing Series action. So I know I will, because it's going to be a great last couple of races, as Scars is about to start lap 26. Max Thorne is catching, but look at Max Thorne's ERS. He is absolutely, his ERS is completely, he's on 11% battery at the moment, so I am a bit worried about that, but there we go. Hopefully his battery could sort itself out very, very soon, and so he could start to save a little bit, but he's trying to gain at the same time. And Sebi stuck with that dirty air, which has been triggering him for quite a long time. It's just very, very annoying for the Racing Point team, who wanted their Sebi to go on the podium, but he's going to drop down a lot of place because of it. So let me see what positions penalties he's got. So all of them on 3 seconds. So Sebi's going to maintain P4, but even if he gets past TX, he's not going to get the P3. But I've got to say, Sebi is one of the contenders for Drive of the Day. I would say Max Thorne also being that. And on the final lap then, can Max Thorne find the temps that he needed, the delta that he needs to take the win? It is crunch time. He must be getting so tense in his cockpit. I know Scar did as well, but Sebi finally get the move on TX. Can he find 3 seconds on TX in a lap? It's not impossible, but it's going to be, I think, really, really hard. So do watch out, to be honest, for him. Because it's going to be a bit of a luck in the draw, to be honest. I know Scars is pushing for his life at the moment. So he's going to do all he can to try and secure the race victory at the moment. So here comes Scars now as he goes towards Spoon Curve. The clouds are starting to thicken a little bit, but nothing more to affect the race weather here today. So he's going to the right-hand side. Not much of a good camera view at this moment in time, but there we go. So Scars comes across the final corner now, and he goes on to win the Japanese Grand Prix. Max takes an impressive second, and look at the position changes. Up 9. Racebug up 13. So 2 of the contenders for Driver of the Day. TX in 3rd. Sebi 4th. Racebug comes across the line in 5th. With Rom 6th. Rapper 7th. And Burke, I think, is going to get PA. But will more positions change for penalties? Not many, actually. Hydrogen, despite being on the hards for quite a long time. And Max said that was a charge on the hards and no softs. Yes, it was. Unfortunately, I didn't get much for your battles because I was seeing what happened to Valu. But for most of them, I did anyway. So, yeah, Max did a very good job there as well. So, we're about to get your results. And I need to actually find how to screenshot them. I think it's F1. No, it's not. Okay. I used the wrong button. So, Racebug got the driver of the day in-game. Who has been your driver of the day? We'll have to find out, of course. Just let us know in chat. And Max, you can't vote for yourself. But anyway, so we will get your results momentarily. So we'll get them now, actually. So Scars takes your race victory. Kalusa gets the fastest lap. Max Vaughan in 2nd. TX 3rd. Sebi 4th. Racebug 5th. Rom 6th. Rapper 7th. Burke 8th. Harvard in... I actually will record this so I remember. So Hydrodan in 10th. Burke in 11th. Meto in 12th. Kalusa 13th. Set 14th. Valu 15th. Nixana 16th. Mark Grunder... So Valu, Nixana, Mark Grunder and Ben have unfortunately retired from the race. Everybody else did make it to the checkered flag with Set being a lap down. So, that was the last commentary of 2020. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it hasn't been a smooth sailing. I was trying to sort out some security issues, but luckily I think that took more priority, unfortunately. But, oh well, it happens. So, we will going to be raiding someone, but until now, I will see you in the new year. I think we're back on the 5th. Yeah, we're back on the 5th of January in, I think, either Mexico or USA. I think it's USA, but I need to double check on that one. But we'll see you next time, next year, in the to be confirmed Grand Prix. Have a good evening. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.